that doesn't get you hyped up, I don't know what will, to be honest with you. That is Generation 3. That's a Generation 3 trailer that was tweeted out by Pokemon Go regarding Generation 3 and Pokemon Go. Groudon just hopped out of the legendary egg. Will we see Groudon pretty soon here? Probably not, but like, wow, that's exciting to see that. We have a lot to talk about this video. I have a video actually that was being edited, getting ready for today. Was the last New York video, was sick. I have to put that off until tomorrow because this video is way bigger, way more important. We have things from in-game gameplay of Generation 3 to go over, to a brand new weather system coming to Pokemon Go, just a whole bunch of stuff. Let's start off with reading Pokemon Go's official article on the tweet that was attached to the trailer you just watched right there. Trainers starting later this week, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, and several more Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region in the Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire video games will start appearing in Pokemon Go for the first time ever, with even more to be discovered over the next several weeks. We'll also be introducing a new dynamic weather system in Pokemon Go that will change the way you and the millions of trainers around the world discover, catch, and interact with Pokemon. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's 50 new Pokemon coming this week. This week, the week of, what is this? The first week of December, we will see 50 brand new Generation 3 Pokemon, which is like yes and no depending on who you are. This does, I think, mean it will be kind of a more gradual rollout of Generation 3 rather than everything at one time, which everyone was saying I'm not sure if we're like, okay with. I still personally would much rather see all of Gen 3 drop, and excluding legendaries of course, but we will get 50 new Pokemon this week, so 50 is definitely a lot of Generation 3 to catch and to go out and to experience, so I'm glad it's a high number. We now reading more than 50 Pokemon. I don't know if all the Generation 3 Pokemon are dropping this week. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not all Gen 3 dropping this week. We're gonna get a lot of Gen 3 dropping this week, and then some more in the weeks to come, as said by Pokemon Go in that first paragraph right there. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you guys rather have just a big chunk drop this week or all of it drop this week? You want to start paying even closer attention to your local weather patterns, trainers. In addition to the in-game mapping updated with cool new weather visuals, weather near you will impact Pokemon in a variety of ways. For example, you'll find your odds of discovering Mudkip splashing around will greatly improve on rainy days, as certain Pokemon types will be more commonly found during various weather conditions. Additionally, listen to this, attacks of certain types will be more effective during some weather conditions, so a Charizard's Fire Spin will perform better on sunny days, for example. Rain or shine, winter or spring, your gameplay experience will remain fresh, making your time outdoors even more exciting. That is sick! This new weather system is sick. It's not just gonna affect the way the in-game system looks, which is freaking awesome, by the way. I'll show some screenshots on screen right now of what the in-game is looking like. This is sunny, this is rainy, this is snowy, this is foggy, this is partly cloudy, and this is windy. I'm gonna go over in detail more of each of these later on in the video when we go over in detail some in-game gameplay of some Generation 3 Pokemon. Long story short, these will affect your bonuses, these will affect what kind of Pokemon you see, and they will affect your Pokemon moves and performance, which is awesome that this has that much power and that much influence in-game. Let's quickly break down the trailer of Pokemon Go, because although it was only 30 seconds long, and although sometimes when something's in the trailer, it's not technically gonna be in the game for a long time, it's important to look at. Some of the Pokemon species we saw was Salamence right out of the gate, which is one of my favorites from Generation 3. That guy is gonna be sick to catch in the wild, and we're gonna get him in Santa Monica. Also saw a Shiftry running through the trees there, which was pretty sick too. Aggron looked menacing as all heck. Ludicolo kind of running out of the trees there under the beach. That was I enjoyed that clip. And then we saw Groudon pop out of a level 5 raid. Now I'm assuming we will not see Groudon nor the level 5 raids for Generation 3 for probably quite some time, just because I'm assuming they're gonna drop the Pokemon, and then just like with Generation 1 and 2, they'll drop the legendaries a little bit later on in the year. Now again, we're gonna go in depth on the weather of Pokemon Go in a second, but I just wanna kind of make this connection first. Each of these Pokemon in the trailer were connected to their own weather pattern. So going down the list in the order of which we saw them in the trailer, Salamence is going to be affected by wind. Looks like Shiftry is gonna be affected by sunny, Aggron by cloudy, and Ludicolo by rain. Now we know the types of these Pokemon, and we know which types or which weather affects which types. We're gonna get into that right now. The majority of this information, by the way, is coming from the Pokemon Go hub, so I'll leave some links to some articles in the description, or just check out them on their website. Now a quote from Niantic: for the first time in an augmented reality mobile game, real-world weather will now be a factor in the gameplay experience. As trainers are exploring the world around them in search of Pokemon, the current weather in their vicinity will be visible on the in-game map. The real-world cold weather around trainers will impact the gameplay of Pokemon Go in a variety of ways that include changing Pokemon habitats and where they can be found, increasing combat power, and earning more Stardust after catching a Pokemon. So that's exactly what this whole weather system is looking like from Niantic's end, from what they're thinking. And that's kind of how it's going to affect in-game Pokemon Go. It's going to affect more than just how it looks around you, which is what we've talked about all this video. I can't wait. All right, are you guys ready for the Generation 3, the early Generation 3 gameplay in Pokemon Go, including the brand new weather system gameplay in Pokemon Go? Drum roll, please. All right, let's get into it. Here we go, starting up. As you can see, it is raining. We got Trainer NIA here with the weather rain. I'm gonna pause it right here. We're gonna look at this a little bit more in detail. Weather rain, boosted types, water, electric, and bug are boosted when it's raining outside. These Pokemon types are stronger, appear more frequently, and give bonus Stardust when caught. So if you're in rainy weather, anything with water, electric, or bug type will have more CP when catching them, which is great. So you can find some freaking monsters in this whole weather thing. Also, you get extra bonus Stardust, which is great because we've talked about this countless times on the channel. Stardust is one of those things in game that is super incredibly valuable, but there aren't enough ways to get it, and it's not easy enough to obtain. So by doing this, they have made it easier to obtain more Stardust when going out there and catching Pokemon in their respected weather. And again, for rain, we've got water, electric, and bug. So my boy, Mystic the Vaporeon, is gonna be a beast to find when it's raining. All right, I'm pausing from that screen. As you can see, there's a Mudkip right here. We've got a wild Mudkip encounter. This was sped up. I will slow it down, but there he is. The throw of the Mudkip, didn't Savage Season it, but he did catch it, and that is Mudkip in Pokemon Go right there. And then plus 25 Stardust. Okay, it's a plus 25 bonus for getting it in the rain. 25's okay. You know what? 25 will stack up if you keep catching. Now, as you can see, we're here in the windy weather. Oh, that's so sick. You can see the wind kind of going across the screen. All right, now pausing right here. Weather, windy, boosted types, dragon, flying, and psychic will all be boosted when the weather is windy outside. These Pokemon types are stronger, appear more frequently, and give bonus Stardust when caught. So what happens with these Pokemon is consistent throughout all of the weather conditions. It's just each weather condition affects different types of Pokemon. So again, for windy, dragon, flying, and psychic. So if you find a freaking Dragonite in windy weather, the possibility of it being like over 3,000 CP is looking pretty high. This also means that Pidgeys will be harder to catch if it's windy outside, so watch out for that. Oh, I'm talking like Gen 1, Gen 2 Pokemon. Freaking Salamence is gonna be maybe 3,000, I don't know if he can be 3,000 plus CP in the wild, but either way, Salamence is gonna be a monster in the wild because he's Dragon type. When it's windy, that is so cool. Now, we'll go check out the windy Pokemon that they caught. I'm pretty sure this was a Murkrow. In this instance. Yeah, as you can see, there's the screen. On screen, just all the wind blowing by, so you know when it's windy. Now here's Murkrow right here, and I guess the catch screen doesn't really look too affected by the weather pattern when it comes to windy. You don't see like the wind blowing back and forth. You don't see the trees in the background moving, but there's Murkrow going down right there. That's a little bit less than exciting because I hate Murkrow personally, and Murkrow's Gen 2, which isn't super crazy awesome, but apparently this guy has not played much Gen 2 because Murkrow was caught. That's going in the Pokedex right there for him, and also again, the plus 25 Stardust there, bonus for catching it in its respected weather condition. Next up, we got snowy weather. Oh my god, all right, you guys saw the Gen 3 Pokemon hiding over there, but we have weather, snow. We're gonna pause it right here. Boosted types, ice and steel. These Pokemon types are stronger, appear more frequently. Okay, we know what it does. So if you find any ice or steel type Pokemon out in the snow, you're gonna get a big bonus for catching. Well, not a big bonus, but you're gonna get a bonus. They're gonna be stronger and they're gonna be better. Now, I just wanna add one thing before we kind of move on with this regarding the weather. The big thought process here from Niantic, at least is what I'm thinking, is that when it comes to the winter weather, it's really hard, or the winter seasons in the States, it's hard to release big new content, especially a brand new generation, because it's snowy outside, it's rainy outside, the weather's not perfect to go out and play Pokemon Go. But now with these added weather patterns and weather boosts, it makes it more fun and more rewarding to go out there and to play in the snowy weather, in the rainy weather. I was out there in Boston with you guys in 20 degrees, literally freezing my feet off. Thank you guys for telling me to curl my toes, otherwise I would have had frostbite. People definitely do it. People definitely go out in the cold, in the rain, and catch Pokemon and grind, which is freaking awesome, and I respect all of you guys for doing that, and you will now get rewarded for doing so. So just know that this update is definitely going to positively affect you people in the snowier places, or the rainier places, because I get a lot of hate just because I'm in California, and in Los Angeles, the weather does not change. It's 70 degrees all year long, so I'm very lucky, and I'm blessed to have that. But for people who do have, 4 seasons, this update will positively impact you guys and your in-game gameplay. Now, enough of me talking about this, enough reading about the weather. Let's check out the Generation 3 catch right here. Oh, okay, just kidding. We're going Swine Up instead. Well, here's the catch screen. This is gonna be so, dude, I kind of wish I lived where it snowed, because for December, for the Christmas season, this looks so Christmassy. Look, it's snowing. You see the snowflakes coming down, and we've got a Swinub right here, aka Boston's freaking Pokemon. If you guys ever go to Boston, you will find 100,000 million Swinubs everywhere. So there we go, that's a Swinub down right there with the snowy weather happening in the background. That looks so sick, it looks so Christmassy, and there's the plus 25 Stardust bonus for catching him in the snow. And then, alright, we know what Swinub looks like, we've seen Swinub, and then now here it is. This is Poochyena, right? Now, okay, weather, fog, hold on. Well, Poochyena was in the snow as well, but okay, Poochyena is not affected by snow. Weather, foggy weather. Boosted types will be dark and ghost types, so any dark and ghost type Pokemon will have that improvement from the foggy type weather. Now, foggy, windy, and what is it? Foggy, partly cloudy, and windy are gonna be kind of hard to like tell between, but you do have actually in the bottom right, you should have a little icon, or maybe that was just in this screenshot just to show. You might have a little icon in the bottom right of your screen that shows what weather pattern you're in. And how it's going to affect your gameplay. If you're in foggy weather, it is dark and ghost type. And let's see actually coming out of this screenshot or out of this weather screen, do you have that little weather icon in the bottom right in the in-game gameplay? You do. Okay, so you will know, and actually it's a new animation. There's Poochyena right there, Generation 3 Poochyena. Now if you guys look when the wild encounter happens, the spinning around the Pokemon looks a lot different, looks a lot cooler, which I'm totally down for. And that is Poochyena, Generation 3 Poochyena in Pokemon Go right there. That is exactly what he will look like, and that is a one-hitter quitter with an Ultra Ball on that, so GG to the trainer who caught this guy. But there it is, Poochyena down right there, and that should be a Pokedex entry, plus 25 for that foggy type bonus, and there is Poochyena in the Pokedex, along with, as you can see, Torchic and Mudkip too. And there is Mightyena the evolution. That is so sick to see this. Poochyena obviously being a dark type, we will see it more in the foggy weather. And again, yes, you do actually have the weather icon in the bottom right of your screen. It will show you what weather conditions you are currently playing in. For me, sunny will probably be 95% of the time. Ooh, that means, you know what? I might travel out of Los Angeles for Generation 3 a little bit here because I want to see rainy, I want to see snowy. All right, next one we got here, we've got a wow. Okay, wow, right on here. Weather clear, the clear weather. Here we go. Oh, this was clear weather was not a part of this. Okay, so my question here is with this clear weather, is this only like during night? This can't be just during nighttime. It's just during a nighttime screenshot. All right, whatever. Clear weather, aka me, Mystic7. What I'll be getting 90% of the time in California. We've got grass, ground, and fire types have been boosted by the clear weather. Now this is gonna be fun because Rhydon is the in-game example here, and ground types like Rhydon and fire types are gonna have pretty much increased activity, increased spawns during clear weather. Do you know how many freaking Golems, how many Rhydons, how many Charizards, how many Typhlosions we're gonna catch now in Santa Monica? I thought Santa Monica had a lot of ground, rock, and fire type spawns before. We're gonna go crazy now. Get ready for Blaziken spawns when Generation 3 comes out. So again, for the weather type clear, you get grass, ground, and fire, which is awesome. That's a lot of bonuses right there. Those three big ones, three very, very big important ones for the clear type. So if you guys are in the clear normal weather, look how sick that looks now under the Pokemon, the freaking spins. That looks so sick. Okay, now we got a Rhydon with no CP above it. That's interesting. Does this mean if it has no CP instead of the question marks, you're just gonna get no CP showing in general, and then that's when you know that you'll actually, was CP showing for any of these Pokemon? Where they go, Rhydon's down right there. Okay, that's awesome. Good catch on the Rhydon. How much CP does this have? Are we even gonna see? That's gonna be what? Curveball, first throw, Pokemon caught. 75 Stardust right there because, is it nighttime for 75? What was that? Right on the Pokedex right there, but we have seen a plus 25, 1950. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at the movesets. Mudslap and Earthquake. You can see that little clear icon on both of them, and it's giving that extra damage right there. Oh, that's so sick. Okay, let me look at a couple things first. For one, regarding the CP count above the Pokemon, it's looking like, at least for these in-game examples, you will not see the Pokemon CP. We have not seen the Pokemon CP above their name. Now, does that mean that CP will be taken out when you encounter a Pokemon? If so, Niantic, please don't do that. For these in-game examples, we are not seeing CP above the head of the Pokemon, which just kind of worries me a little bit just because I really like seeing the CP. You see the ring, the color of the ring typically tells you about how much CP the Pokemon will have, or if it's high or low, just because, I mean, you know, green to red, it's gonna be harder the higher CP. But does this mean we will no longer see CP above the Pokemon in Pokemon Go? Again, Niantic, please don't do that. Now, another interesting thing that I've seen that I'm gonna talk about just a little bit more is that plus 25 to plus 75. As you can see right here on the Mudkip catch, you do get that plus 25 for catching in the rainy weather, but if you go over to where the Rhydon was caught, it's plus 75 Stardust for the catch there. I'm not sure what influences that plus 75 or plus 25, but that's 3 times the bonus. And is that for catching it at night? Because for Rhydon right here, it was clear. And now, as you can see for the screen, the catch screen, right before, not the catch screen, the weather screen, it says clear right here, grass, ground, and fire. And you can see the moon icon, and it's obviously nighttime in game. So does this mean that going out and catching Pokemon at night will give you a higher Stardust bonus? It can't be though, because Mudkip was caught during night 2 in this screenshot, and he only got plus 25. I don't know how this works, and there's no information, more in detail information on the weather patterns in their post. Wow, that's interesting. So weather that we didn't see in this, we didn't see sunny weather, we didn't see foggy weather, and we didn't see partly cloudy weather. All we saw was rainy, snowy, windy, and clear. So there's still some other weather patterns that we have not seen. This was just kind of a sneak peek into how this is all gonna work. Oh, by the way, this entire weather pattern update will not be dropping this week with Generation 3. This will be dropping later on in the month once they basically, I guess, finish it off. So as exciting as these weather patterns are, we will not be seeing them this week. But this week we will be seeing Pokemon Go Generation 3 Pokemon dropping for the first time ever in Pokemon Go. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, I bought this shirt in Japan, and I actually ripped it out of its bag painfully because I didn't want to do that for this video. So if you guys enjoyed the little Team Mystic thing. Oh my god, that is so exciting. Gen 3, I'd be yelling and screaming a lot more about my wisdom tooth back here. It's hitting a nerve, and it's freaking killing me. Alright, let's summarize everything that happened in this video, this update, very quickly. More than 50 brand new Generation 3 Pokemon will be dropping this week. We don't know if that means only around that 50 mark, or 50 species, or if we're gonna see the entirety of Generation 3 drop this week, or just a select few. We don't particularly know how that's gonna work. My money is on they're gonna drop a little bit this week, and then they drop the rest throughout the month, but again, we're gonna have to see. Actually, that's not where my money's at. I don't know where my money's at, but all I know is that we don't know if all of Gen 3 is dropping or if a little bit of Gen 3 is dropping. Weather will now be soon affecting Pokemon Go, the way you play it and the way you interact in-game with the Pokemon that you find around you. And here's a weather chart from Pokemon Go Hub. Clear affects grass, ground, and fire. Rainy affects water, electric, and bug. Windy affects dragon, flying, and psychic. Snowy affects ice and steel. Foggy affects dark and ghost, and we don't know what sunny does. Oh, okay, a big thing right here. Woo, sirens. You know that cool swirly I was saying around the Pokemon? That isn't how each Pokemon wild encounter will look. If you find a Pokemon that is affected by the weather that you're in, you will see that around you, and you will know that that spawn is caused due to your weather conditions around you. That is really cool. So you now know, you will be able to know which Pokemon you're catching in the weather biome you're in, due to the weather biome you're in, by that little swirly happening around that Pokemon. I wish I mentioned that earlier, I'm glad I mentioned it now. You get a Stardust bonus for catching a certain type of Pokemon in its respected weather condition. Pokemon types in their respected weather conditions will have higher CP, possible higher CP when catching it, and maybe even better IVs. We will not see this weather update system until a little bit later in the month, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's not bad because we're getting Gen 3 this week anyways, and we can have all that cool fun stuff a little bit later on in the month. But that is that's wrapping up. I gotta end this, edit it, and upload it, but that is the humongous exciting news announcement that happened today for Pokemon Go. The one day that I accidentally slept in on, I hate myself. Well, that's it for the news for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did enjoy this and you guys are freaking excited as I am for Generation 3, make sure to leave a like on the video, comment down below, and tell me which Generation 3 Pokemon you're looking forward to catching the absolute most. And I'll see you guys in the next video talking more about the strategy going into Generation 3. Peace out.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do